Hey YouTube, it is the first weekend in June and every arrowhead hunter in Texas knows what that means. It's time for the Temple Show. Joseph had to work this weekend, so I got my wife with me. Are you excited for the show, dear?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, we are just pulling into Temple, so we're about to go in and set up. Should be a great show. We are here at the show, and this is my setup. This is my personal finds here. Some of these y'all have seen before, some of them you haven't. Some of my fossils. There's some of my Roman collection. More fossils, and then of course my books, which you can get from me or on Amazon. Please, please, please buy my books, read them. They're good, I promise. Then down here is some of the stuff I brought for sale. Little frame of modern points there, but those are good for jewelry and stuff. Brought a few Roman things that I'm selling. This is my friend Ray's collection. I'm selling it on behalf of his family. Man, I sure miss Ray. He would always come to the show with me. Here's some more of Ray's stuff. All kinds of cool things here. And then my son-in-law did not make it with me, but he sent down some of his beautiful quartz crystals that he finds. Some big old exogyra. And of course his handmade soaps. Well, it's Friday evening. I've closed my table up for the night. I'm just kind of walking down and showing some of the incredible array of artifacts that you see here every year. And now this is just setup day. Half the exhibitors aren't even here yet. My goodness, now these are Florida. I think this guy was set up beside me a couple of years ago. I think these are Florida. They may be from all over. Oh, no, that's interesting. That Scottsbluff knife right there in the middle. I have a cast of that in my frame, but that's the original. My friend Jerry found that years ago, had to sell it. Got a couple of casts and gave me one. Incredible collection. Some of these you've seen last year. As you can see, it's quieting down. People are getting ready to leave. See you later. Well, good morning. It is Saturday morning. Today's going to be the big day of the show. It's not quite 8 o'clock. Everybody's just setting up now. I'm taking a look around while I can, because once I get my table uncovered and get set up, I'm not going to be able to move around a whole lot. But nearly all the exhibitors are here now. Looks like it's going to be a good one. I don't know if you can read the print on these, but those from China, Northwest Africa, Bulgaria, more from China. Every culture at some point made arrowheads. Now this is some of Rick Miller's fabulous Colorado collection of paleo and later points. That Folsom frame is just spectacular. 2 Folsom frames now, oh my gosh. But look at this. All we ever find are tiny little half cusps of enamel. That is a complete upper palate of a mastodon. That is just totally cool. All right, it is Saturday afternoon. It's about 4 o'clock now, nearly 5. And it's winding down. It's mainly exhibitors talking to each other. As you can see over here, quite a few exhibitors have already left. The show will be open from noon until from 8 until noon tomorrow. Yeah, I'll spit it out here in a minute. I'm pretty tired. Been a really good show. Sold quite a bit of Ray's stuff, sold a little bit of my stuff, and I found a buyer for my bone point, although that transaction won't be final, but nice show. I've had a really, really good time. Little bits of Ray's collection who've gone home to a lot of different people. It's just been an interesting day. You never know what's going to show up at the Temple Show. This is a North Sulphur piece. This is a jawbone from a Globidens mosasaur. It's one of the rarest species there is. Had big, round, peg-shaped teeth for crushing shellfish. It fed on ammonites and even ate the big old exogyra clams that they have in the river. That is an incredibly rare find. I've got one jaw piece with a single tooth on it is all that I have. I had a nicer piece, not this nice, but a nicer one than this that I let go a few years ago. Wonderful find, ma'am. Congratulations. Really cool exhibit of a fairly recent discovery. All dug by this young fella here. That's just really cool. And I don't know if these others were part of it or not. Fascinating stuff.
The other bow was down this way. It drops down.
This is one of the most unique pieces I've ever found. Clovis culture bone point found in the Sulphur River about 5 years ago. It's been studied at A&M, and it's going to be going to a new home here in just a couple of weeks. Talked to a guy here at the show who's going to be acquiring it. Hate to let it go, but at the same time, it's going to go to someone that'll appreciate it. I'll probably never find another piece of that caliber. Maybe not as fancy looking as some of the Flint Clovis points, but much, much rarer. Well, we made it back home. I think the boys were glad to see me. Hello, boys. Pretty good little drive, but we really had a good time. And always fun to go to the Temple Show. Looking forward to it again. Yes, you were silly doggos, we know. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video of the Temple Show.